We are off to one of the newest 4x4 trails in the Gauteng area. It offers a 4x4 track and a 4x4 mountain trail. Sandturion 4x4.
Good morning, lords and ladies.
How are you?
It's a little bit chilly this morning. You have a car. It's back.
Morning guys, just to introduce my Wildtrack, the Ranger. It's got a 2.5 inch lift, 35 inch tires, front shocks, rear shocks, and yeah, pretty capable vehicle, as we'll see today as we go along. It's all thumbs.
Starting at the track.
This is the first day I got the GX back, so we will test it today. We're over the first obstacle here, no major to-do.
Obstacle 4 is this ditch and there's some wooden poles over it. So you sort of go through the ditch, make a little figure 8 and go round and over the poles.
So it's mostly guided, or do you let people drive here on their own?
On the track, you can easily, it's well marked as well. The people drive on their own. There is no need for a guide. At the mountain, though, yeah, it's a guided go.
Doing the tunnel, extreme one, it's rated 5. I can't see you. Go a bit forward, I can't see you, yeah, thank you. Being guided by Kenneth. On track 4x4 guideman. Again for some serious rocks. Obstacle right over here.
The Ford Ranger Wildtrack runs on a set of 35-inch rubber. Yet this obstacle often grabs the undercarriage. The rock sliders come in handy in this donga, as every hump have a rock in places that force you to pick a good line.
So while I'm waiting for Yapi, I'm snacking. What do I snack on? Well, that isn't a lost, forgotten part of Tutankhamun. This is the rewards. If you are not a South African viewer, that might look suspicious to you, but it's delicious. So, you're welcome.
Boerewors is a sausage made with meat, fat and spice to taste. So for those to visit South Africa, you must treat yourself with this dried out sausage to have a fully South African experience. Our cars with our lifted suspensions and bigger tires find the donga easy, and we set off further up the trail.
That's where we went off course a bit. There's a little hump here again, it's obstacle 12. So I think that is, I don't know, that's no, it's not 11. So that rock step is just before number 12. But here we go, sorted.
The thing that gearing does for you is immense. And I would like to get out of the car now and walk next to it, just to show you that I've got zero accelerator input, nothing. My feet are off the pedals, and I'm going up this incline. You won't really catch the the steepness from the camera, but zero input on the brakes going down the hill, not even touching the steering wheel. The car's driving itself, really. So there's some things you do which are just immense changes to a car.
We are now on the way to the play hole. You see a lot more footage and a lot more fun.
Guys, I'm having a stop here at the bush. Who's driving my car?
Oh dear. I think it's been hijacked. Amanda's driving away with Yapi's car. Yapi's standing outside on the embankment. I don't know if there was a planned thing or if she just jumped in the seat and drove off.
No, Anthony. Nature called and Amanda got bored.
My senuwees is klaar.
Peter's going off course here, and I'm just going to follow him.
Behind the play hole, Peter gets adventurous and starts playing on the rough edges. Tempting to lead Ant into temptation, I picked the most notorious excavated heap of ground close by that may test the patrol's ability to the limit.
I think it's too early. I'm going to hang right on my chassis. I'm on my chassis. I must go more left. Somebody help me. That's as sharp as it goes. This is an unpleasant angle. Well, there's some new track for you. Woo! That's the fun you can have here.
Well, Anthony dealt with that easy, and now I have to follow.
Okay.
Now, yeah, I need super control on my
Are you
plate.
good? You good?
And I haven't got any...
Try and climb that thing on your left-hand side now, so you're going to have to bump it a bit. No, just give it a bit of a bump, and then... No. Turn towards me.
Yup, my steering whacked there a lot, eh?
Just a little bump and you up. There we go. Take that towards me. Okay, hold it there. Turn all the way this way. Okay, come forward. Okay, you're going to go against the slider, against the rock this side, but you have to miss the rock this way, so there's no other option. That's exactly the line. And that's where I needed the locker. So don't bump it too hard. But if you bump it, keep it like that. Oh, no. Are you going to try and climb that rock?
Yep.
Oh, you're nearly there. One more time. Almost. Rock is breaking. Don't worry about it, it's fine. You're so close to getting up here last time. You reassess. Yeah. Call it quits.
Just pulling Yapi off the rock
Okay, you
here.
can go, Amp.
Pulling up the tension now. You're right? Cool. Okay, Yapi successfully pulled back. He needed just about 30 centimeters and he can drive it out, no problem.
Okay, Peter, did you have a rear locker engaged there? Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot about the traction control.
No, I just pulled up there. It's pretty easy.
I'm impressed.
And reckon he went out there without lockers, super low, slow gears, all that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to do the same and see what happens. But I doubt. This is I'd say a good 40, it's at 40 degrees at least inclined. So let's see. Very little momentum, but wow, I'm amazed. This is the time when you don't know whether you should stay in the car or you should get out of the car. You must just remember I got Speedy Gonzalez behind the wheel this time. Jy start it.
Maar kan
Wel,
nie
nie
stadig opry nie, want dan gaan ek
maar jy moet nou wag dat hy.
Ek gaan nie in momente met hom kan ry nie.
Okay, Amanda is gonna go. Hy sal jou worries. Jy ry maar net. Go.
Ek is nie nou gestop.
Yes. Nice reg. Dis is scary stuff. It's not a go-kart. Okay, we're going to park somewhere. So let's park here in the middle. Just like here. It's cool.
On our way to the mountain trail, I realized the 80s tie rod is bent. We used the patrol winch to try and pull it straight.
I'm going to hook my winch from the front because he's pulling over the bar and it's pulling the bar in towards the car. And take up some pieces. It's not straight, but it's way better. We're starting the mountain route, which is a guided trail here at Centurion. You have to kind of leave the property and go into another property across the road, the side of the mountain. And my wife finished work and has joined us, and not in her car, my car. And we're about to start. We've just gotten off the dirt road and we're about to start climbing the mountain now. You notice the change of the type of rocks there are on this mountain compared to across at the Centurion base.
These are a completely different animal. There's a lot of sharp, jagged things. They look like tire busters.
Be careful, brother. I've busted a couple, but yeah, just watch, especially when we go a bit deeper in. It's the main concern on the whole mountain drive.
Yeah, so you don't really want to come here with highway terrain tires. Is that right?
No, definitely not.
I want to test my handbrake. It's working. It's cool. Pretty awesome. So I'm just going to get out of the car and have a quick look at what's going on. Seems like a little obstacle there, so let's see what's cooking.
We are now heading for the lower stitch. Probably the most difficult crossing on this route.
In the rainy season, this crossing is filled with water, and then it's more challenging, especially on the exit.
Halfway through. And we're out.
The mountain trail has plenty of sharp rock. It is very hard on our tires. It's a very steep climb, although the camera, as usual, does not give it any justice.
This one, I'm going to put both lockers in just to no lockers, and there was a bit of spinning, but I managed. I'm going to try it with lockers on and see what it does.
I suspect you're going to have a smooth run out there with no spinning whatsoever.
There's a rocky ledge in the path, combined with a powdery ground surface. That combination with the steep slope of the mountain makes it a treacherous climb.
Halfway up the ascent. Very loose material on this mountain, very dry at the moment. I think if it's wet it will be almost impossible. So I saw how much Peter was slipping going up. They're taking me along a different line here.
Okay, so I suspect you had a joyride, yeah.
Still joyriding. Thank you. Mine's just traction and lockers, so you're going to have to put a little bit of momentum in there. That was steep and very loose material. I drove very slow, first gear, low range, just crawling, but I had both lockers on, which I'll switch off now. It crawled up there like nobody's business, so it was brilliant. So Yapi's going to do some wheel spinning, that's for sure. That's for sure. The footage will tell.
I set off knowingly that the open diff setup on the 80 might not make it up this one. I reach the rocky ledge and the 80 hangs up. I'm forced to study the obstacle and pack a few rocks. Picking a better line, the 80 does not disappoint, and we tackle the trail further up the mountain.
We are now heading to the top of the peak with some difficulties, but we all made it through pretty comfortable, and we capable vehicles with us, so no breakdowns today so far. It's just down the hill that we got to be careful.
We reached the top of the mountain where we enjoyed the view for a short while. Then we set off on our descent.
We are now on top the peak of the mountain. We are now starting to proceed down, and also a quite challenging route, but we'll see how it goes.
This is where it gets a bit hectic.
Okay, so now we get to the hectic part.
Nice.
We reach a tricky section where we need sharpening on our focus. There's a donga to our right, and if you take the wrong line too far to the right, we will definitely roll over.
So far it's not too bad if you take it slowly. Don't let your car run away. Don't ride the clutch or be on the clutch. So I'm in first gear low range, foot off the clutch obviously. But because my gearing's a bit lower now. I don't actually need to use the brake at all.
Yay!
At all. I haven't touched it down the whole hill.
Well, I think this would be a very lekker climb if you come up. That's for sure. The great trip here on its own.
Apparently 2 cars have rolled here before.
So we're going down this little section here on the downhill at Centurion, and apparently 2 cars have rolled into the ditch here on this. So if you're doing this, pay attention to your line choices.
The slope of the obstacle forces the cars dangerously towards the donga on the right. Anthony made it look easy with a perfect line. You can slide to the right, and this is probably what the guys did, and then they rolled. Nicely.
Hanging up, please.
I think he's okay.
The sand is very loose, so one must accelerate hard to crest the top. The trick is to back off on acceleration in perfect timing, not to cross the top, crashing your car into the other side.
Mikey, I'm going to do this with no lockers first time and see what it does.
Yeah, no, you wouldn't have a problem. Unless you overcrawl it.
Bottoming out on the crossover, however, requires perfect car control on this obstacle.
Straight down, eh?
Did you see my face?
4-wheel braking.
It was a great track to test the 80 after a few repairs in the semi-float reel axle. So we had a good outing on the mountain route here with Sandturion, and the guides were very friendly, very helpful. They ran all the way along the road and the route to show us where to go. So if you want to see some history or maybe drive where some history took place, then this is the place to come and have a look. Well, this is of course 4x4. Heads up, and see you around. Fleet souls, have a good time. Until our next adventure. We got a long trip coming up to the Kalahari sand dunes with a 2,300 kilometer all-round trip awaiting us. We will travel to Gurapan, where we will attend the Nissan Patrol 70 years event. It promises to be an eventful trip and our first experience driving sand dunes. I'm under the car, and I started driving, and I heard this tick, 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 tick. So I jumped under the car and I hear it from the gearbox somewhere. So